Hello, my name is Tayo. If you're here for the first time, I say thank you for stopping by. I hope you like this video enough to share. I hope you like this video enough to actually subscribe to my channel. I talk about my experiences as an adult immigrant right from Nigeria to Canada. I came to Canada February of this year with my family, and I've been journaling my transition as an adult immigrant from Nigeria to Canada. If you're coming back here for, not for the first time, I say thank you for coming back. I really do appreciate you, and I hope that you like the video today. Valuable content for you to keep coming back. Thank you very much. Today, I'm basically going to do a review. I got a book, an ebook written by some ladies that I met on this journey, on social media, and it was released on the 1st of July. It was very exciting for me because the build up for it, they had a bit of like a tour around like WhatsApp groups on this Canada journey. We have a couple of them, and they did like Zoom meetings telling us what to expect as they released this book. And I didn't expect less, because one of the writers of the book, Yinka, she on Instagram, I've been following for a while. She's one voice to reckon with when it comes to alternative to Nigerian foods, and where we can get what we can replace with what, because she's of the opinion that all over the world, really, people eat, everything we eat is quite similar. So what we eat as Africans is quite similar to the Asians, and the Asians quite similar to the Indians, and all that. All you need to know is what represents what in each of this country or regions that we're talking about. And she's also always advocates on her page that while African stores are good, some of them are a bit pricey, or living on African stores are quite pricey, to be honest. Like if you want to keep on going back to African stores, I want to buy this African store, it might be a bit pricey. And for a new immigrant just like myself, that might be far-fetched. It might be something that you can't reach because you're trying to settle down and you need all the money that you can actually save right now. So it was a good thing that they wrote this book. Herself, Yinka, and Kenny, who I also met on social media. She's she's a lady that I really do like because of her enthusiasm when it comes to food, Nigerian food, and all the excitement and all that, and how to showcase and bring Nigerian food to this side of the world. So when they told me that they put together a book, Chop Local, Chop Foreign, and it was all about things of how Nigerians can actually enjoy their food here, I wasn't really surprised by what I got. So I went to the book. First of all, the book is a quick read and it's easy. I mean, I know Nigerians, you guys don't like to read, but this one you can read. I'm one of those. I'm just learning and developing myself to read. So this is a book that you can read. You can read over a cup of coffee or tea or just a glass of drink. It's about 33 pages of content, valuable content. This is content that you actually do need. And you can sit down on a glass of, on a kind of, what's that thing my son likes to take? Canada Dry, or you can have a glass of coffee and just browse through it, which is what I did today. I have my laptop in front of me. Really cool book. I'm not going to tell you guys everything that is where you need to buy the book because it's a must-have. I think that as a new immigrant, when you look at accommodation and settling down, getting your social security cards, your bank cards, in terms of hierarchy of needs, I think the next thing is for you to actually think of what you eat. Especially when you come as a family, you need to consider what you and your family will eat so that you won't be so homesick. God forbid you come during the winter and it's so cold. So you need to ensure that you have what you, as a mom, most of the time the women are the ones that are. So as a woman or a man in charge of this thing, home management, I'm sure the next thing when it comes to hierarchy of needs that you need to focus on is actually how you eat. And I know that a lot of us bring stuff from Nigeria in terms of bulk and everything, but you need to, consider buying food here. And what these ladies have done is they've done the homework for us, to be honest. I was thinking when I was reading the book that I wish I had this book prior to coming to Canada. Then I probably will know the couple of trial and errors that I did, you know, trying to understand food. Because one thing that that I know, is that as a woman or as a man that loves to cook, or even don't love to cook, because I didn't like to cook, that's me being honest. You come to these environments, everything, especially when you have a very smart kitchen with utensils and utilities that really do work and make cooking easy, you find out that you like to cook more. So when you already have, you know, cleared out, because we don't have issues with NEPA. You want to blend pepper, you blend right there. You don't have to go to the market to blend. You want to make a smoothie, you don't say, there's no light. You want to, so everything you want actually is here. It's just for you to actually venture. You have internet, so you can go through recipes. So you will actually develop your love for cooking. That's why you guys see that when people travel abroad, they're always taking pictures of recipes or the new foods. I mean, if you're following me on social media, you see I'm learning some new tricks, you know, and I'm loving cooking. So this book will actually guide you so that while you're learning how to, you're developing your love for cooking again, you actually make things that are close to home, like close to Niger foods, and you won't miss home so much. So when I went through the book, I just divided the book into 8 parts, 8 very interesting parts. I'm just going to run through it for you guys. The first part of the book actually talks on things you need to carry. I get a lot of messages on Instagram when people ask me that, what can I bring? Well, there's a website from the Canadian Immigration on what to bring or not to bring. What these ladies have done is that they have actually dissected that website and they've broken it down in layman's terms, like terms that you and I will clearly and, you know, understand. So I'm not going to tell you what it is, but I want you to buy the book. But it tells you that bring A, don't bring A. Bring B, don't bring B. So it just generally tells us what you need to carry. You know what I mean? That in terms of needs, as in things that maybe might not be easily accessible here that you need to carry. So they actually broke down in the first part of the book. They also talked about, so they mentioned there's something very important that they mentioned here. They said something about, well, you know, when we're leaving Nigeria, we spend a lot of money. Relocation is expensive, no doubt. Everybody knows that. I know how much I spent in bringing foodstuffs. You know, I bought them, cargoed them, and that really did cost me. So in Nigeria, there's something called agriculture at the airports. So you go to agriculture and declare the agricultural feeds or food that you're taking out of the country. There you're supposed to tell them, like, give them an idea of what you're taking, and then you'll be expected to pay 2,000 naira for receipts for agriculture. I think 2,000 naira per bag. I can't recall anymore. I think I had only one bag of agriculture, so I paid 2,000 naira, you know, and I got a receipt for it. What they don't tell you is they don't actually question what you're taking out, because it's really not their concern. I think it's more of the concern of the country that you're going to. That is why this part of the book is very valuable, because when you get here, they have their own guidelines. They know what they want, what they don't want. And while they've already given you the clear guideline of that, what these ladies have done is they've broken it down in terms that you and I will understand. If for some reason you actually maybe didn't get it, you get to this country, Canada, they also have their own agriculture at immigration, and they start to ask you that, I know they asked, there was a black man at the immigration asked me that, so are you saying that if I open your box, I wouldn't see anything to chew in that box? I was like, nope. As in nothing that I can ready to eat, nothing ready to eat in that box. I said, nope. Then he said, madam, this is a time for you to declare, because if you're caught, you're going to pay a fine, and you don't want to start your new life in Canada with this kind of with this kind of lies. And now when I was leaving, I now recall that, I had golden morn and milk, which is what my son loved to eat, and we carried some for us to have in the plane. So I went back and said, I just remembered I have golden morn and Dano milk, which is, they are opened already. This is the quantity, and my son loves them. and he has them all the time. We had them in the plane. I said, okay, is that all you have? I said, that's all I have. And then let me go. What I later heard was that if they suspect that you carry ready to eat food, things that are not allowed, they take you, scan your bags through this machine, and when they see it, you'll be told to pay huge amounts of fines. So what these ladies have done is they've done the homework for you to identify what you are not allowed to bring. So you come to the country, you don't want to start your new life in Canada doing the wrong things. The second part of the book is they also broke this. I'm sure that a lot of you are familiar. There's a list. When you're about to land on the plane, they give you those forms and they tell you to declare the list of things they're coming with and the list of things that are coming. They call them goods to follow. So most of the time, things that you're bringing in your cargo. The good thing about it is there's some incentives or some tax things that they give you when you declare. So these ladies in the second part of this book have kind of summarize how that can be done. So it's very, very valuable for you to get this book. One thing I loved about it, because I noticed that what they did, because they wanted it to be a very, very easy read, they in between each chapter and each section of the book, they created something they called words on the street. So words on the street generally is just tips, acts, and just little like that. I know, okay, I'm going to give you a sneak peek. So they said something about whether or not to bring big pots, broom or morogu and all those things. So they were just putting in some little tricks and hacks that are very valuable, and those pages were kind of colorful and in big font, so it's just so that it could be playful and make the whole book a very, very easy read. The next part, which I found very valuable, so now you have bought your bulk food from Nigeria. Some people bring palm oil, they bring all sorts, and the craziest thing that can happen to you is you actually overcome bringing all these foods and then you don't know how to preserve it. There's tricks, acts and styles we can use to present. So some people can actually bring food that can last the whole family for a whole year. Yeah, depending on how you can afford to cargo. But what is the point of bringing all that food when you don't even know how to preserve it? So these ladies in the next section of the book, they're teaching us how to preserve this food so you can actually bring yam for the year. And they will teach, they put in the book how to actually preserve those kind of things, vegetables, everything that you bring is actually very cool, and it's something that I personally find very valuable. And I know that if people are back home, that are coming post-COVID or later in the year, or depending on when you're watching this video, they will find it very useful to actually plan on what they can bring, as they arrive Canada. So the next part of the book, which I also found very interesting, is this part they called food discoveries and acts. So as I said at the beginning of this video, we realized that all countries in the world, they kind of eat similar foods. It's just what they call it or how they prepare it that differs. So what these ladies have done, which is very, very, very valuable, is that they've discovered these tricks and hacks and they've put together in this book, and they've told us that, okay, are you a fan of this? You can check the shops and then you find this and it's exactly the same thing. Wow, that's a lot of work. A lot of work was put into putting together these 33 pages of books, and I think it's such a valuable asset that every family, anybody managing a family, or even single people, whatever, anybody that is from Nigeria that is traveling abroad, immigrating, might want to tap into. And the cocoa of the matter for me was the part where we're all waiting for. They call the book Chop Local, Chop Foreign. So yeah, local, you want to chop local, but you are in foreign land. So the cocoa of the matter is the international alternative to Nigerian foods in Canada. This is really amazing. They actually put it together, in different categories. So what they did was that this is this Nigerian food that this is what is called here. So let me just give you an example. Ewedu that we all know is not called ewedu here, even though you can see it in the regular shop, but it's called something else. So what the ladies have done is they put a they put a particular item that you're familiar with the name that you're familiar with. The next column will have what is called here and the various names that is called here. So it could be called more than one name, for example. The last column will have where exactly you can get it. The work has been done. Fantastic work, girls. Fantastic work. I said girls. Fantastic work, ladies. It's actually very, very good. It's a lot. You can tell from reading this book that a lot of work has been put into it. So they put it in different categories. We have vegetables, we have condiments, we have fishes and beef, we have swallows, grains and legumes, we have drinks and snacks. Fantastic. And in those, I think it's covered it all. In those categories, they tell you what it's called here, where you can find it. So when you come here, all you have to have is internet enabled phone. You go Google where they say, if you are craving for a wedding, for example, you just Google where they say it is, and then you go there and just search for it. If you can't search for it in the shops, you can literally ask people that work there, excuse me, I'm looking for, if they don't understand your accent, you can Google it down and just show them a picture with the name. That's what I do actually, because they're trying to understand my accent, I'm trying to understand their accent. So I literally just show them what I'm looking, excuse me, I'm looking for this, and they just point you to the right direction, and that saves you a lot of work, saves you a lot of stress. So as a bonus, the ladies, they put together some recipes that they found useful, and yeah, you'll find useful too. As I said, your inner cook will come out once you relocate. When you eliminate traffic, all the stress of Lagos, no lights, no conducive environment, then you now realize that you actually had it in you to be chef, Tayo. So they literally gave us like bonus recipes, and the best part of it for me, at the end of the book, they listed a couple of vendors. So if you feel like you can't make the suya yourself at home, this person does suya. So there's so many Nigerians here that are in the food business, just like back home, and we're encouraged to actually patronize ourselves. I mean, if we do not patronize ourselves, who's going to patronize us? So they put a lot of effort in. So I think prior to getting the book out, I saw that on their pages they were calling out for Nigerian vendors to put themselves out there, and they collated all this, like A to Z of Nigerian vendors all over Canada. So it's not limited to Ontario, all over Canada. So people that have like established businesses in Canada. So it's really, really good. It's like when it comes to grocery shopping and food shopping, and even general settle down when it comes to food, they've got you covered. So I really do recommend this book, and I think that it's a value asset to every family, even as you settle down. I think if you have it on your phone, or you can jot down a few points when you need it on your laptop, you can set you up for success when it comes to the food department when you relocate to Canada. I hope you find this value very, very valuable. I did, and if you did, you can get a copy of the book. I'm going to provide links of where you can get copies of the book. The cost of the book is $17.99 if you're in Canada, and it's 5,000 naira if you're in Nigeria. I am so certain that this book will be a valuable resource to anyone in Canada as a newcomer, or even anyway, we're all newcomers, we're all immigrants. I'm sure everybody will find it valuable, and even Nigerians coming to Canada, immigrating to Canada, can purchase it. So I'm going to add some Flutterwave links below this video. So if you're interested in purchasing the book, I would advise that you just click on the link, and then you'll be directed to the payment portal. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you found this review of Chop Foreign, Chop Local, or Chop Local, Chop Foreign very valuable enough to share with your friends, family, and everyone around you. Anybody that needs it and will find it valuable. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I really do appreciate. Until the next video, peace out.